Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, Viksit Bharat at 2020, 2047, and Mahakumbh 2025. In collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's sessions. Today, we are commemorating Twin Peaks Day in US on February 24th every year. To commemorate the day, FBI agent Dale Cooper comes to town to investigate the death of Laura Palmer. Cooper arrives in the town at 10:55 a.m. in the first episode, Northwest Passage. The event is marked by Cooper saying, DA 11:30 a.m., February 24th, entering the town of Twin Peaks, 5 miles south of Canadian border, 12 miles west of state line, and I have never seen so many trees in my life. As W.C. Fields would say, I would rather be here than Philadelphia. He dictates the above into his ever-present microcassette recorder for his far-off assistant, DM, to somebody transcribe. Today is also commemorated as Sweden Finns Day. In Sweden, Finns Day on February 24. Finnish-speaking Swedes, a voice this day especially is all about honoring their language, culture, and person as a respected and beloved community. With Sweden, immigration between the two countries has a very long history, particularly in the northern border regions. However, a more considerable immigration occurred during the World War II, when 70,000 young Finnish children were evacuated to Sweden, while around 15,000 are thought to have stayed. An unknown number returned as adults today. There are approximately 5 lakh Finnish-speaking Sweden in the country. Historically, minorities that find themselves in spaces separate from their culture or linguistic comfort zones, like speaking their mother tongue, often get lost in the mix of broader community. In some cases, they completely lose track of their heritage. That's why special events like Swedish Finnish Days are so essential. In 2010, the Swedish Academy declared that the day would fall on February 24th. A year later, it was celebrated for the first time to honor the birthday of Carl Axel Gottlieb, a collector of folk poetry and defender of Finnish language status. Swedish Finnish Day is celebrated by Finnish living in Sweden to raise awareness of Finnish-speaking communities in the country. Locals know it as Sveriges Finnares Day, with approximately 500,000 people currently living in Sweden. speaking Finnish as their first language. Finnish communities in Sweden can be traced back to the formation when the Finnish church in Stockholm was founded in 1533. However, earlier instances of migration or movement in other cities in modern day Sweden have also been recorded. Recent research from a Finnish language channel, Sveriges Radio Finska, shows that nearly 470,000 people speak or understand Finnish or Meänkieli, distinct Finnish dialects or Finnic language spoken in Sweden far north. These Finnish-speaking communities give them a voice, listen to their beautiful language, and allows them to feel pride in it. There is also commemorated as National Trading Card Day in US. Trading cards are usually made of paperboard or thick paper. A typically trading card may include a picture of a person, place, or a real or a fictional. The pictures are typically accompanied by a description and text such as statistics or trivia. Some of the earliest trading cards were related to sports, and most major sports have appeared on cards. Baseball cards have been most popular on sports cards in America. Some non-sports trading cards may feature cartoon characters, comic book characters, or television characters. Collectors also use cards to play games such as collectible card games. It is also commemorated as National Tortilla Chip Day in US. Tortilla chips are initially an afterthought, a simple snack made with leftover tortillas, but these crispy triangles of deliciousness soon became a nationwide sensation. And February 24th, these salty snacks, either you eat your plain or dip them in a spicy salsa. Tortilla chips bring fiesta to any occasion. Today is also commemorated as Flag Day in Mexico. Flag Day, or Dia de la Bandera, as it's known in Mexico, is celebrated on February 24th every year. Since it was first established, for those who did not know, the modern day Mexican flag depicts an eagle atop or a cactus eating a snake. This fascinating emblem stems from an Aztec legend where the sight was witnessed by the Aztecs and taken to be a sign from the gods. As a result, they built their empire on spot, and today the spot is Mexico City, the capital of Mexico. Therefore, this day is celebration of national pride of Mexicans the world over, and we are thrilled to join the celebrations too, as a sign of solidarity and appreciation for all the Mexican culture contributes. Dia de la Bandera, Flag Day, was first sounded by General Lazaro Cárdenas, the then president of Mexico, in 1937. The event took place in front of a monument dedicated to General Vicente Guerrero, the first person to pledge allegiance to the flag of Mexico back in 1821. However, the origins of the day can be traced back even further to 1935, when Benito Ramirez, an employee of the Bank of Mexico, set up a special honor guard to celebrate the Mexican flag. It was in 1821 that the Mexican flag was designed by Jose Magdaleno Ocampo, with the three colors representing religion, independence, and unity. The three key guarantees of the Plan de Iguala, the Mexican flag, is commonly known as the pendant guarantee, and soon after it was designed. Mexico gained its independence from Spain. Today, the colors represent hope, purity, and black. It is a day to recognize the struggle for independence against Spain, which the nation fought for 11 long years, known as the War of Independence. This war with Spain stretched from 1810 to 1821, following which the Catholic majority was overthrown and Mexico was declared as a federal republic 1823, consolidated in the Constitution in 1824. Though it's not an official holiday in Mexico, it is still a day that is celebrated with pride as Mexicans hoist the flag atop buildings and businesses and watch the military raise a giant Mexican flag as well. Further celebrations include a civic military parade and an official event at Mexican National Palace. Community celebrations can include plays and historical reenactments. Today is also commemorated as Estonia Independence Day. In Estonia, which is a public holiday on February 24th each year, Independence Day is also Estonia's national holiday that marks the anniversary of the declaration founding the Republic of Estonia on this day, 1980. Estonia is a country in North Europe that borders the Baltic Sea and the Gulf of Finland. Home to more than 1,500 islands, Estonia's diverse topography spans rocky beaches, old growth forests, and many lakes. Tourists visit Estonia to see castles, churches, and hilltop fortresses. Estonia is home to some 1.3 million people. Estonians celebrate Independence Day with parades, concerts, and parties. Today is also commemorated as Discovery Girl Day in US. Discover E-Girl Day is observed every year on February 24th. This day is also known as Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day and is an occasion for volunteers, educators, and others to act as role models for young girls who are aspiring engineers. They facilitate engineering activities and show girls how engineers help in transforming our world. This day aims to help girls develop an interest in engineering and build their confidence in their problem-solving skills. It's a myth that being an engineer is a man's domain. Nowadays, more and more women are studying university courses in engineering, science, math, and chemistry. Today is also commemorated as NEDA Week in US. The ultimate goal of NEDA, National Eating Disorders Association Week, celebrated in the last week of February each year, is to promote awareness of eating disorders and spread hope for these in recovery and their families. This year, it is observed from February 24th to 28th. It is an initiative by the National Eating Disorders Association, NEDA. The NEDA Week is an initiative that aims to educate people on eating disorders, motivate them with a hopeful message, and allows them who need treatment to gain access to the necessary life-saving resources. The NEDA Week is an initiative taken by a non-profit organization called National Eating Disorders Association, which is devoted to preventing eating disorders and increasing awareness of the dangers thereof and providing resources to those in need. During this week, healthcare provides eating disorder professionals, social workers, and individuals educate others about this mental health issue. According to the American Psychiatric Association, there are 5 different types of eating disorders: anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, binge eating disorder, avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, and other specific feeding or eating disorders. Although there are many main factors like genetics that are responsible for eating disorders, they can commonly occur with other mental issues like anxiety, major depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, and social phobia. Some of the possible symptoms associated with eating disorders include constantly feeling cold, fainting, sleeping issues, weight fluctuations, dizziness, weakness, and impaired immunity. Each year, NEDA Week is celebrated with a theme. Last year, the theme was to invite everybody to have a seat at the table. This highlighted the suppressed thoughts and suppressed conversations about disordered eating experiences by marginalized individuals and communities. So this NEDA week, let's come together and educate others about the issue and help others who are in need together. We can. Today is also commemorated as Maslenitsa week in Russia. Maslenitsa, sorry. Maslenitsa week is celebrated a week before the Great Lent commences and lasts for 7 days. It takes place from February 24th to 2nd. This auspicious occasion of indulgence, better known as Butter Week, is a folk holiday observed in Slavic countries of Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine. This day honors the arrival of spring after the long stretch of winter. Being the old Slavic holiday, Maslenitsa week continues to bring observers together for a feast of pancakes, butter-filled sweets, and religious merriment. Maslenitsa week celebrations are broken into 7 days, with each one dedicated to unique activities. The festival begins with a common evening feast on day one. On the second day, Russians partake in snow sledding, and elders of households take a walk in the snow. The third day is reserved for preparing a sweet meal, followed by cross-country skiing on the fourth day. The fifth day honors mothers and mothers-in-law, and final 2 days of the week mark the end of winter with snow sports and burning of Maslenitsa effigy. So this week celebrations from both pagan and Christian traditions. According to Christian orthodoxy, the consumption of meat is already forbidden by Shrovetide wheat, eggs, and dairy, however, not. So thus Creep Week utilizes the last week they can consume the ingredients to make up holiday delicacies. Today is also commemorated as Museum Advocacy Day in US. Museum Advocacy Day is a 2-day observation, usually takes place during the last week of February. This week it takes place from February 24th to 25th. This day marks the fruitful efforts of supporters and beneficiaries of a museum with the support of American Alliance of Museums. The day brings people together as they advocate for better funding routes for museums across the US. The mission is to identify and advocate for funding and support the progress. A Museum Advocacy Day informs the public about the policies that impact the funding and functionality of America's museums. The aim is to inform and arm the supporters with necessary facts and figures about the benefit shortfalls and learnings of different ways that a museum sustains itself. Through this observation and awareness campaign, people have the opportunity to join in the pressure campaign against curtailed funding of American museums. Museums are inextricably linked to America's identity, history, and economy. Yet so many workers find it hard to pay their bills and ensure that continuation of museums. Through Museum Advocacy Day, we can change that. Throughout the 2-day observation, museum representatives from across the country connect and share the stories of struggles regarding lack of job security and benefits in the career. Museum funds are allocated as per the size, visitor statistics, hours of operation, funding sources, and the subject of museum. The 2 days also highlight the recommendations being made to support the distribution of the budget as per the size, location, and discipline of museums across the country. Museum Advocacy Day is affiliated with the Association of Science and Technology Centers and American Alliance of Museums, the oldest and best known museum advocacy nonprofit group in the country. The observation is an educational experience for museum supporters and workers across the country. By learning about the facts and making their case against curtailed funding museums, they place themselves in better positions for negotiation and action. Today is also commemorated as National Invasive Species Awareness Week from February 24 to 28 in US. National Invasive Species Awareness Week is observed on the last Monday in February and lasts for a week. This commemoration aims to shed light on the recognized impacts, prevention measures, and invasive species control. It also celebrates individuals and other organizations creating a sustainable biodiverse ecosystem. There are events held across the globe during the observance to create awareness of the dangers of invasive species. National Invasive Species Awareness Week is an endeavor of North American Invasive Species Management Association in conjunction with agencies and organizations at the federal, state, and local levels. The National Wildlife Federation defines invasive species as any living organism that is not natural to the ecosystem. It causes damage, including to the plants, animals, bacteria, fungus, and even seedlings. These species are recognized predators as they reproduce and grow rapidly, taking over the ecosystem. Post plant in 2015, the first National Invasive Species Week was held, bringing together various groups to promote awareness of invasive species and encourage people to limit their spread. In late February, delegates from local, statewide, and regional organizations convened in Washington, D.C. to discuss invasive species prevention and management legislation policies and possible improvements. Partners organize events across the nation to enlighten the general public and political representatives about how they can help limit the presence of invasive species. So by joining National Invasive Species Awareness Week sponsorship program, we can assist in raising the profile of invasive species specialists and organizations among policymakers and agency officials in Washington, D.C. and around the US. Sponsors and contributors critical to NASMA ability to organize and execute outreach advocacy efforts and improve the public and elected officials' perception of invasive species concerns. Today is also commemorated as America Saves Week in US, which takes place on the last week of February, is an annual event and rallying cry for average Americans to engage in successful saving. This year it takes place from February 24th to 28th. We urge individuals to complete a financial review which enables them to gain a clear picture of their resources, set savings objectives, and devise a plan to attain them. So America Saves Week is a product of the Consumer Federation of America, CFA, a pro-consumer nonprofit with over 270 members engaged in advocacy and consumer education. To engage consumer interest, America Saves employs basic social marketing and behavioral economics to convince the average American to consider saving money. This exercise aims to lessen the burden of debt, gather wealth, and form good financial habits. America Saves implores families and individuals to join America Saves Pledge. This tool is used to create a saving plan which inspires people to be more responsible. Several corporate organizations, nonprofits, and the governments collaborate with America Saves at the local, statewide, and national campaigns during America Saves Weeks and throughout the year. As in previous years, America Saves Week will be a chance to inspire community to perform a financial review to obtain a clear understanding of their financial situation. Each day will have a topic centered on one of the 5 essential aspects of financial success. The holiday also considers the socioeconomic challenges that many Americans face when saving. Organizations and institutions will work together to spread information, ideas, and tools to enable families and individuals to take steps towards financial security. America Save Week is a celebration that brings together organizations from across the country to work together in their communities to help millions of Americans save wisely. So the America Saves Pledge provides a framework for savers to set goals and develop a strategy for achieving financial security. So with this, today we shall end commemorations, and today we are celebrating Vijay Ekadashi. Ekadashi is considered a sacred day for devotees, with many observing a fast on this day, and is dedicated to Lord Sri Mahavishnu, with devotees fasting to seek his heavenly blessings. There are traditionally 24 Ekadasis in a year, 2 per month. This year in 2025, February has observed two, Jaya Ekadashi and Vijaya Ekadashi. The name Vijaya Ekadashi is derived from word Vijaya, which translates to victories in one's commitments and fasting. On this day, is said to offer devotees prosperity and triumph over the troubles, while also providing clarity of thought and boosting spiritual strength. The 11th day of Krishna Paksha in the month of Falguna is Vijaya Ekadashi, which is known as the Falguna Krishna Ekadashi. This year it will be observed on February 24, 2025, with the auspicious timings. Beginning at 1:55 p.m. on 23rd and ends on 1:44 p.m. on February 24, 2025. So devotees fast on Dwadasi Tithi, waking up early, taking a holy bath, cleaning their homes and making a sankalp. Some follow a Nirjala Vrat without water and food, and while others follow a Palahar Vrat with fruits and milk. Strict observers avoid grains, pulses, rice, onion, garlic, and tasmic foods. On this day, worshippers offer tulsi leaves, yellow flowers, fruits, and sattvic bhog to Lord Vishnu, chant Vishnu Sahasranama, and read Bhagavad Gita, which is considered highly auspicious. As we mark the observance today, devotees are seeking information about fasting rituals and timings for Vijaya Ekadashi 2005, which has led a keyword Vijaya Ekadashi Vrat Kada, trending on Google search threads. So today being Monday and also as part of Mahakumbh, and also which is a favorite day for Lord Shiva, all coincides with a wonderful day today. On this Ekadashi, may God bless you with all the energy, resources to fulfill your rightful desires and wishes and make you successful in your life. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us on this auspicious occasion. And today we are celebrating this Vijaya Ekadashi, and tomorrow we are also commemorating Mahashivaratri. So we wish you happy Mahashivaratri in advance. Tomorrow also, as usual, we will come together to celebrate Mahashivaratri and also commemorate. So see you all tomorrow. Before leaving, we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form, which has been shared in the form of votes. So see you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. Take care. Good night.